Hello, Bart and Tana. I'm going to take a video of my front yard and my front porch. A bit of a mess. Got to clean this off, finish it up, and power washing tomorrow. That is my plan. That's under there is all my canning jars. That's stacked there. Some weights that Brandy's friend left here, which I gotta get rid of. Those are roof tiles, which I'm going to put some on my steps, which are great for slippage in our icy weather. And those ones are getting old, so that's my plan there. What do we got here? We got more stuff to clean up, but that's Brandy's back seat of her car. Don't know what she's doing in the back of her car, but she took a seat out, which is cool because she's always dinking around, which I love. That is one of Dad's washer ringers, which I've had out here, but I'm going to put in the back porch because I don't spend time out here except for when I am gardening, so it needs a little bit more love, so I'm going to find a place out back for it. So let's go around the garden here. I don't want to make this too long because it takes forever to upload, but it will upload. So let's start back here. This is the walkway to my renter's room. And that is his porch. He's the best renter I've ever had. He's been like a year and a half. Pays rent on time every month. Very quiet, very clean. Takes care of things. Doesn't like to talk a lot. Perfect. This is my asparagus patch. So they say 3 years, you get 30 years. So what you do is you let them grow for 3 years and don't harvest the asparagus so they get a really good root system. And then after that, you will get asparagus every spring for 30 years, average. So this is his third year, so next year I get to start eating it. I'm so excited. But they're also a pretty fern. See? Pretty. So I let them go until they're all dried up, and then I cut them down. My plan this winter is to get a truckload of cow shit from a dairy farm I know of and spread it all over the property. Anyway, this is my butternut squash plant. It is doing amazing. I was worried about it for a while, but it is taken off. It likes the heat. So I have butternuts under the cardboard. There's a butternut. I put the cardboard down, especially in the grass, because it keeps them from getting wet, bugs and whatever. This is my plum tree, which has been a debacle because I got aphids really bad this year. And last year I had a mold. So last year was worse, but this year I had aphids. I had to do a huge haircut on it, which you're not really supposed to do with fruit trees in the summer, but it was so infested I couldn't keep up. So this is what the nursery guy told me to do. I do have some plums. I'm not sure how good they're going to taste. It's probably maybe 15. I should have like 100. We'll see. But if it gives me problems next year, yeah, it's done. I'm going to plant something else. But the fruit wood is really good for the smoker. Okay, what else? Let's go with this side. We have cucumbers. Yummy. They're getting super big. Oh my god, I got to pick that one. Yeah, cucumbers are doing great. I can't say great. They're doing okay. I planted them in the ground where they did much better. They didn't get this dry stuff on the leaves. And I used to get more. I just did this because first time I planted out front here, and I put it in a pot, which I've never done before. They say you can, and you can, but I think it's better in the ground. So just to let you know, let me take a little picture of this. This used to be all grass. This used to be all grass. All this wood chips. And I'm like, I'm not growing grass. Grass is a waste of time and energy. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube stuff, and I want to grow mushrooms. Not the funny part, mushrooms, but like wine caps and stuff, which I'm going to work on this fall. But anyway, so there was a neighbor down the road who was having a tree chopped up, and I asked the tree guys if they dumped this stuff in my driveway. This is probably 3 years ago. 2.5, something like that. for this project. And then it got late in the winter, and I ignored it, and I had these chips in my driveway for over a year. Then I hired Nick and his buddies to haul all the wood chips in here. I put up all the 2x4s and stuff. I put treated wood on the bottom. And my goal is to make this into a massive garden eventually. You can grow a lot of stuff in wood chips once they break down. It's a process. I'm not an expert yet, but anyway. So what do we got over here? We have our apple tree. This is a 4-way apple tree. I can't tell you what they are. Some are Granny Smiths. Can't remember what they all are. It's a grafted tree. So last year Brandy made apple butter out of them, and we're getting quite a few apples on this bugger. This does well. This is one of my tomato plants. Ooh, I see red. My first red tomatoes. Ooh, tomato sandwich. Yeah, I'm going to give it like another day or two. Ooh, I'm going to get tomatoes from there. Some years all we get is green tomatoes, depending on the weather, but they like heat, and that's what we've been getting. Basil. Basil is so good on a tomato sandwich or in anything else. This is my zucchini plant, 2 of them. I just harvested zucchinis, and I gave them to the sisters, and I do see a zucchini back there. It needs to go in the fridge. I took Ron, Tanya, and Zinda all some goodies. I'm going to take some out to Lisa and Rick here soon. They're a little ways away. More tomatoes. This is Swiss chard. Absolutely delicious. It's between a lettuce and a spinach. It grows all summer long. Heat does not bother it. So I can come out here and get fresh greens all summer. Lettuce and some of those things only last in the early spring. Yeah, so my neighbor, I do share with my neighbor. I told him to pick, what he can use. Another tomato plant. And so he comes out here and gets a little bit of stuff. Over here we got pretty flowers, ornamentals. These are my cherry tomatoes. Just starting to turn. They taste like candy. I have another blackberry I just planted. This whole row here. Everything in here right now I planted this spring. It's all young. So, they're not looking great. They are adjusting. I'm happy that they got some blackberries on them. I'm going to try one. I don't know. They're probably going to be sour. Sour. Not bad. Not too bad. But, then we have some parsley. The chickens like it. I like it. This is a honeysuckle. It will grow up to shade Nick's window from the heat. And we have my jalapeno pepper. I like to stuff those with cream cheese. And sometimes I wrap them in bacon, which is really bad, but it's really good. I planted strawberries all over in here from my back strawberries for ground cover. Ground cover is good to keep the moisture in. Another blackberry. I do like my blackberries. We've got sage. Another honeysuckle, different variety, which is growing really fast. I wish I kind of only got 2 of these, but here's what it is. Sage for cooking, Thanksgiving and all that. This is my Anaheim pepper. I love my Anaheims. They're a really big, mild pepper that I like to stuff also, and it's also good in food. That's another pepper. I can't remember the name of it because I lost the tag. It's super hot, but I grew that from my neighbors. I have a little Mexican family that moved in next to me about 2 years ago, and she gives me some really good, authentic Mexican food. I give her eggs, so I planned this for her. I'll take all the peppers over to their house. I'm not into super hot peppers. Those are chives, yummy. I put those in a lot of my cooking. Those come back every year. I love stuff that comes back every year. So that's what's going on in the front yard. That's another pepper. It's a hot one, but it is failing. Or maybe it'll take off. I don't know. It's got one flower on it. We'll see. Alright, what else we got going on? Well, let's go show you the driveway. It's kind of a mess. Always something to do. That's okay. Keeps me busy. Oh, there's my car. I don't know if you saw that. Here's my old car. I gave it to Brandy. I didn't give it to her. I sold it for $1,000. And that's what she's been working on. I hunted and hunted and hunted for another Hyundai, and I got a super good deal on this one. I had 55,000 miles on it, and I got it for a little over 7,000. They wanted 7.6. I jewed them down because it didn't have a spare tire, and it was a rental. But I took it to my mechanic, and he said it was in great shape, so I bought it. And other cars in its year, actually, you know, hers is a 2010, mine's a 2012, so it's an older car, but it hasn't been used much. And other cars in its age, they want like $12,000 for, so I was pretty happy with it. Didn't expect to get a red car, but she's cute. All right, so this whole mess, I am digging out this fall and replanting, except for my rosemary. God, I love rosemary. Wish I had smell-o-vision because that stuff smells so good. It's evergreen, so I can come out here in the middle of winter and get me some rosemary and cook with it. And it's a wonder. If you plant anything, I'm sure these good in Montana. If you plant anything in your yard, you should plant a rosemary. And, you know, even if you don't like to cook, they're a very cool bush. So, there's that. Can I take a picture of you, Brandy? Okay, Brandy's taking our garbage up, but I'm forbid to put her on film. Here's some tools and stuff we're cleaning up. We're in a cleanup mode. Let me show you what I bought, finally. This has to all be power washed too. I bought me a toilet. Back of the truck here. My toilet's been a problem since we moved in. It takes a lot of water to flush. It overflows. I keep fixing the guts, and the guts keep failing, so it's 60% better flushing. I know that my toilet takes a lot of water, and I pay the city for water, so I'm hoping this relieves some of my water issues, and it's supposed to flush really fast, kind of like the ones you see where you go to take a poop at Walmart. They have like the power flushing. So this is my back driveway. It's a mess. It's got a hole in it. It's a long story with that one. I'm not going to go into it. Don't have time. Back walkway. There's my fence. Oh, there just went the security light, which I love. We have fake cameras out here in the front that Brandy put up because we live on a busy street, and there's a bar down the street. And it does detour the weirdos. So we have that one. Another one over there, and there's another one on the front gate. And it helps. Brandy's car got broken into last year. And they stole her whole stereo system, which was super depressing. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on in the front yard. A little update with my garden. All the work I've been doing. This fall, I plan on ordering some mushroom spore. They love to grow in bark chips. So, I mean, I would get mushrooms in the fall and the spring. They're just like the ones you buy in the store, like the portobellos, or the little ones. Depends on when you pick them. And I love me some mushrooms, so that's my goal. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of work around here. A little here, a little there. Yeah, so, alright. This is my little front yard video. Alright, love you guys. Bye.